Tension erupts in Igbo land as IPOB exposes Simon Ekpa, reveals many things that shocked Biafrans. Tension erupts in Igbo land as IPOB exposes Simon Ekpa, reveals many things that shocked Biafrans. To my dear listeners, good day to you from wherever you're listening from. Kindly stay tuned as I read today's news. Recent report that the Nigerian security forces have attacked the camp of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and recovered weapons and logistics. However, IPOB activist and founder of Family Writers Press International at Emeka Gift has spoken out against what he calls a campaign of misinformation. He argues that the real perpetrator behind much of the violence in the southeast is Simon Ekpa, a self-proclaimed leader of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Emeka Gift took to social media platform X to share his views, stating that while Simon Ekpa openly claims responsibility for violent actions against Nigerian military forces in the southeast, the Nigerian government and its media allies have consistently blamed IPOB and its Eastern Security Network, ESN, for these crimes. He emphasized that the IPOB and independent investigative groups, including human rights organizations like Inter-Society, have consistently demonstrated that IPOB and ESN are not involved in the violence or attacks on military formations in the region. Gift highlighted a pattern in which the Nigerian government and military label IPOB as violent, despite clear evidence to the contrary. He claimed that this effort is part of a broader strategy to paint IPOB in a negative light internationally, suggesting that the government's aim is to discredit the group's peaceful struggle for Biafran self-determination. Gift pointed out that Simon Ekpa has repeatedly claimed the responsibility for attacks on Nigerian military checkpoints in the southeast. However, despite these admissions, the Nigerian government has failed to attribute the violence to Ekpa and his associates. Instead, the blame has consistently fallen on IPOB, a group that has maintained a non-violent stance in its quest for Biafran's independence. According to Gift, this selective narrative is part of a wider agenda to delegitimize IPOB's peaceful advocacy for Biafra and portray the group as a terrorist organization on the global stage. He referenced past attempts by certain international organizations allegedly influenced by the Nigerian government to brand IPOB as a violent group, but noted that this effort had largely failed. One such attempt came in 2022 when the National Institute of Peace for Peace in the United States and the Tony Blair Institute in the United Kingdom reportedly aimed to portray IPOB as violent in the contributions to the annual Global Terrorism Index. However, after failing to provide substantial evidence, they later retracted these claims following threats of legal action by IPOB. Gift also criticized the Nigerian government's failure to bring Simon Ekpa to justice, despite his arrest in Finland in early 2023 for crimes related to fraud. He suggested that Ekpa continues to operate freely due to support from certain international and Nigerian actors who seek to undermine IPOB's efforts. Emeka Gift described a situation where the government uses Ekpa to provoke violence in the southeast while attributing the crimes to IPOB. He stated that the recent military attacks in Umbano were part of a false flag operation aimed at discrediting IPOB and escalating insecurity in Imo State. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, I want to say that even Simon Ekpa is just a problem to the IPOB. You can't take something by violence and you can't take things forcefully. There are ways to